Is you ate
I don't know.
is you ate my baby? It's from Tom and Jerry. He's out there saying he's got like the big guitar. He's like, is you ain't my baby?
I've,
And he's singing to like the girl cat.
no,
No, all right.
the girl cat.
Is you ain't my baby? All right.
Also Comics Podcast, everybody. A little late on the news this week. Rob's wife had a birthday. Come on.
Okay. But you know what? It all
It
really started
happened.
because of you.
Yeah, it
Don't blame
was.
me. Blame you.
That's fine. All
I
good. Anyway,
blame I blame daylight savings. Do we still do that?
we can still do
Can
it.
we
I think
can
you can
we
get a couple weeks worth of it. Yeah.
can we blame it on the rain? Because you got to blame it on something,
Gotta
and the rain
blame it
don't
on
care.
something. Gotta blame it on something. But yeah, we're gonna jump right into the news. I did. Let me see. When you just did that thing, it made me think of something. I saw something this weekend that apparently there was supposed to be a Seth MacFarlane Flintstones
Yes.
revival. Do you know about this?
Oh,
And then he couldn't
the one years ago? Yeah,
and then
long
and
time
then
ago.
he couldn't figure it out. He's like, oh, I already do it. Called Family Guy. That's
It's
kind of I
true.
don't know. In
It's
in
true.
in short,
And
but
he kind of made a joke one day. There's this phenomenal Family Guy clip. It's this little scene where him and somebody are talking, they're walking, and all of a sudden the music starts changing, and you're like, "What's going on here?" And then the background just changes to Bedrock, and Family Guy, Peter Griffin and whoever he's with, like realize like they're in the Flintstones, and they slowly back out. But it was just so smartly done the way they're just walking, and the music slowly changes because Family Guy's it's a full orchestra show. He has a
hmm,
full orchestra for those shows, and it just slowly changes to the Flintstones background music, and it was really seamless and really funny.
hmm.
It's one of those things that's like really good. One of the smartest jokes on that show.
What was it? Didn't John Kay do? Did John Kay have something that got
He
canceled? I'm
he
trying to think what he had. He had
he
something too.
did something Flintstones. I remember he did something. I
Yeah.
know he definitely did. He definitely did a Yogi Bear.
Yeah, I know there
There
was
was
a
like a
Popeye like CGI that Jendi almost did. There's a proof of concept on that on there. I
yeah.
don't know how they turned him down. You caught up on Primal? Primal's so fucking good.
I'm not caught up, but
It's
I'm
so
in this
good.
season. It is good.
I, all right, so we'll kind of piggyback off what I argued all last week. I didn't want to talk about it, and
You don't
then the
want to talk about
whole
it.
I'm talking about it again. So the Lancerns trailer sucks, and
The
then
more you don't want to talk about it, the more you talk about it.
the more I talk about it, but it pissed Grant Morrison off. So Grant Morrison's, did you see this in his Substack?
Yes.
He kind of takes it apart a little bit. He also did something, and it basically just gave Rich Johnston an article about Crossed and Bone Temple, I guess. I guess the new 28 years later stuff
Right.
is all pulled potentially from Crossed and things
Crossed.
like. I didn't read any of that stuff. To me, it was so
Mm.
gross. I couldn't do it.
I did go back and read a bunch of it later. There's actually one issue that actually made me pause and like I don't get disgusted easy, but there's one scene I'm like I can't even deal. I gotta stop reading. I've never stopped reading a book because I've been like not grossed out, but something so terrible. So
Hmm.
like if it happened to you and your family, you would just there's a scene I don't even want to tell you because
Yeah.
you it would actually might sit with you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've read a lot of them. I've read most of them, and they're
Yeah.
fun. They're entertaining. I like living in zombie worlds. That idea has always been fun to me. But I haven't seen the new 28 Years Later or Bone Temple, and is it ripped off? Probably not. But is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really,
I mean, Fast Zombies. I always think of Fast Zombies as kind of starting with 28 Days Later,
yeah.
right? Fast
Mhm.
Zombies. They did it first, and then Dawn of the Dead remake did it. Wait a minute, which came out first, Dawn of the Dead remake or 28 Days Later? They both did Fast Zombies, maybe the same year.
It was close. Yeah.
It was close. One probably didn't, you know, make the other one happen. But
Well,
Kirkman's all about slow zombies. That's the
yeah.
difference.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like 28 days later was before. I don't know. So we'll put it up. But anyway, so there was a podcast a while ago. Apparently, this is it. I did share audio. I'm not sure if you can hear this or not. I'm going to play this. I'll edit it into the show.
You just
Okay.
announced a Green Lantern show. It's called Lanterns because we all agreed that the green was stupid. So
Right.
so now it's just lanterns. So
Ha ha ha.
Green Lantern. The Lantern.
This guy don't know fucking anything
So
either.
you can make anything you can
Fucking
imagine.
annoying.
That if you have this, if you have this magical ring,
Right.
Yes,
Ma-
and the
magical?
fights are still close. Yeah,
Interesting. Can I ask you about World War Z?
please.
All right.
Okay, fuck it. So that's it.
Yeah,
That was it.
that's an insult. I know he's trying to be funny. Oh, we
You
thought
can-
Green was stupid. No, you could say, no, we tried to streamline it, try to make it more market appeal. There's things you can say. Don't say it's stupid. There's
I just
85 years of Green Lantern history, and you're going to call it stupid?
Yeah, and this podcast was like a year ago. That's where there's so much content that stuff just kind of goes out, and then
Yes.
like it's just there's so much. And it's kind of it's like it's such a kill your darlings like situation too, because basically with the Oscars, that like Michael B. Jordan won and kind of an
Yes.
upset. We didn't know if it was going to go to DiCaprio. I probably would give it to DiCaprio. I don't care about Marty Supreme, but I know that he campaigned the shit out of it. But he talked so much, he said kind of an offhanded comment that I don't even think was fucking wrong. You know what I mean? Like it was like the ballet and opera comment. It's not even wrong. It's not even a wrong. It's not even that hot take of an opinion. It's not even that much wrong. And the media just destroyed him. That's how Michael B. Jordan won, kinda. You know what I mean? Like everyone just like, okay, well, Leo's got one. This guy played two guys. Okay. You know what I
Who,
mean? Like it was just
who
kind of
does he get
like,
it for? Which part?
I
Which
don't
part
know.
does he get it for?
It's for both. Yeah, I don't know. I
Both?
don't, has there been a performance like that's won an award of two people of playing? I imagine, but can't think of
I
anything right
know.
now.
I remember thinking one year, Billy Bob Thornton did The Man Who Wasn't There the same year he
Mhm.
did another movie. And I feel like it split his vote because I feel like The Man Who Wasn't There is a very good movie.
Yes.
Was
Yeah.
it? I don't know if it was same year as Monster or it was the same year as something. And I'm like, I think his vote got split.
It was the same year as I think maybe wasn't he in the movie with Halle Berry and Halle Berry Monsters Ball. I think you're
Monster
right.
Ball, that's what it was, yeah.
Yep. So, but you're right. Yeah. Sometimes that can happen. That can split. Also, really weird in the memorial when they had like everyone that worked with Rob Reiner on stage for like a second, and they did one quick pan over everyone. It was a weird. The whole thing was weird, and then there's people that they left out of in memoriam like they always
They
do.
always do.
Uh,
Important people. Because they
yeah.
got to show, And I'm not, I don't even want to crap on this. Just make the memorial longer. Make it longer. Don't be like, oh, we got
In
to
a
make
couple
room
years,
for
it's going to be on
the,
YouTube. It can be
the
5 hours, 6 hours long. Like,
That's fine.
yeah,
Do something because like I'm not disparaging set painter, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But like the people who watch the Oscars, your viewer audience wants to see the people we actually care about.
right,
You know,
yeah.
I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to say, I don't care about,
Well, we
you
didn't
know,
need. There was three long speeches. Billy Crystal did a Rob Reiner speech.
okay.
There was Diane Keaton speech by what's her name, Rachel McAdams, and then there was a super long rambling Barbra Streisand about Robert Redford, and it was like each of them were like 4 to 5 minutes. I'm like, holy shit! And then they have like just a fast clip, of other people, just like flash on flash. So no James Vanderbeek, which I know he was only in two movies, but still, I don't want your
But
life.
that
You
but
could
that
have had
was
I don't want
that
your
was
life.
this year. That was
That
this
was
year,
also
right?
so yeah. Well, oh, that's right. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Hmm. Anyway, so spiraling back to this Green Lantern stuff. Um, the argument that Ray Fluke on Bleeding Cool was saying is that basically he doesn't like either. He didn't like and I don't think Rich liked it either. And I don't know if I love the Grant Morrison, Liam Sharp's run. It's all different. It's a little
It's
too
not
skewed.
great.
Yeah.
It's not, and what I thought there's things about it that I should love. Like he's got some Silver Age Superman archetype characters that like nobody's ever heard of except for like me.
Mhm.
Like Luna Lanai or Skyboy. Like he's got these other Kryptonian level strength characters which nobody's used since like 1962,
Yeah.
and it's not doesn't matter. You read that book, I feel like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Liam Sharp, I love Liam Sharp, but like the coloring on that wasn't fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't like I liked some of the issues and some of the issues I had to slog
Yes,
through. I never
there are
finished it.
issues. No, there are issues I read. I'm like, oh, this is so good. And then there's other issues you read, you're like, I don't know what's going on.
Then there was like a 3 issue mini series that was like a concept, and I like that. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I don't know. I mean, again, I
I
feel like
wonder.
John's had the best concepted run, even
Yes,
through the Gibbons to the core when Gibbons did Green Lantern Corps with Gleason. Great.
from Rebirth to wherever he ended the War of the Rainbow Lanterns. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was solid. It was solid, like the whole way through.
Yeah. But this is where kind of, he gets really mad about, so Grant Morrison just has a little bit of a fit on uh I do like this though. It says, Damon Lindelof's comments notwithstanding the Green and Green Lanterns, Green is not stupid. Why does the writer attach himself to this kind of narrative if he thinks it's fundamentally stupid? You don't hand CSI scripts to patronizing writers who condemn forensic experts and their cuts as stupid. So why hire people who are ashamed or in denial by the comic material they've been assigned to develop? And the thing is that Damon Lindelof, like even to a point, because I feel like I can take or leave it. Years away from the Watchmen thing. It was good when it was on, but I don't think about it again. I never think about it. There's never a
No,
thought in my brain.
I don't. I don't ever either. And I'm one
Strangely,
of those. And I'm one of those people who don't love it.
yeah,
Everyone
it's fine.
is
It was
so
fine.
hard about that show, and I'm like, hey, it's okay.
It's okay. It was fine.
I'm too in the weeds for that one. I'm too in the trees or whatever. I'm too like,
But I also think it's really funny that I've thought about Wonder Man, which was very off book, very out of concept of the Wonder Man book. But I think about that, and I feel like even just TV in general is really good. The Scrubs reboot's awesome.
it is.
Shrinking is great.
It
The
is.
Pit's crazy good. You know what I mean? Like it's
I
like,
hear.
so there's just a lot of like boom, 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 like emergence of this. But Morrison goes on down here, talk a little bit about the 28. He calls it the 28 things later. Uh, and nicked an awful lot from Alan Moore's Crossed plus 100 series.
That's
So
that's interesting.
No, you sit
yeah,
down.
I did
could be
read
right.
that. That's not a it's a good read. It's hard because they're talking in a language Alan Moore created that's 100 years in the future, and that's always not great. Not great.
Yeah, it's got to be like what's the Dark Knight Returns like don't shiv, like that was like just far enough. That's fine.
Yes.
Also, just talk about that for a second. There's so much weird narrative about release of Dark Knight Returns. I don't care if it came out in March or if it came out in February. I don't really care. They're basically celebrating it all year long, but it was such a fire through lots of different people's articles last week. So it's fine. It's all good. Anyway, J. Scott Campbell. The only thing that they have this here, it's a Marvel press release, so it's very bad. Also has zero page count, doesn't really say much. It says, variant covers, bonus, behind the scenes artwork, and more. Is this a coffee table book? It almost seems like it's an Abrams book. It's not. I don't know what it is. It sounds like it's just going to be recycled of whatever the pictures that he had before. Fine.
That's fine.
We talked
But
about this. I don't know. And listen, I do love Phil Noto, but I think they should have sent this back and say like, hey, this just looks like a glob. It doesn't look shiny. And we'll get to something later, Silver Surfer related, that's very shiny. I just don't understand it. And I know, you know what he could do? And he does this. He can do his pen and ink style. He has two styles. He has his painted style, this,
mhm.
which works a lot of times on like when he was doing those retro covers and stuff. I think it can work a lot of times. It worked on, did he do Black? No, I think Black Widow, he did his ink on it. He did covers that were like this. But anyway, I don't
remember
understand
remember he colored Art
this.
Adams on one Johnny Future story.
Yeah, that's right.
It's very weird looking, but I like that.
Yeah.
This looks maybe
But
because he
that's
has
when
to
he
do
does flats.
actor.
Like he just did regular flat colors. He didn't paint it. Like it's just, yeah,
Yeah.
he's
This
got a
is
good concepted color scheme. He
there's
colors
some
his
of
own
these
stuff.
artists Mark. I don't like when they paint themselves. Like I feel like people like Mark Brooks. I love Mark Brooks' art. He's great. His paintings are great, but maybe I like just his artwork better.
Right.
And this is another case like he's got to do likenesses on
It's
these
all brown.
actors.
To me, Mark Brooks
Yeah,
loses me.
he
He's too
does.
much brown.
But you ever go back and look at his old stuff, some of his Transformer or GI Joe
Yeah.
work? It's so cool. It's so cool looking. He's still a great penciler. Like you go look at his new X-Men stuff. Go look at anything he's drawn. It's always fun and pops. Brandon Peterson. I don't love his coloring. I don't mind him coloring Frank Cho, but I don't like him coloring himself. Does that make sense?
Oh, is that who we call? Is he color Frank Cho like Prince and stuff? Is that
Yes.
right? Oh, I see.
Yeah. So they
That's
kind of look
interesting.
pretty good,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I love these guys. They're great artists. I love them all, but like we like Phil
Yeah.
Noto, but this is like looks like a bad, looks like an Eastern European painted this, not knowing what it was about.
Right. Yeah, it looks like an 80s reprint. It looks like an 80s reprint of a handful of books over there. I just
Right.
don't understand
But
that
not done by a Marvel artist, just done
they're
by an actual commercial artist who doesn't know what he's doing.
yeah, but they're basically doing these like Fantastic Four first family like one shots like quarterly at this point. Like the movie wasn't it didn't make did it make 600 million? Like it didn't make $1 billion, which we know it's hard to make $1 billion anymore, right?
Yes.
Also, there was a really bad Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans joke that didn't land at the Oscars too. And no one yelled that they're like, hey, like, they're like, it's 10 years since we've been on with together in Avengers. No, it's just dead silence. So it's over. It's over, Johnny. But I
Or
just don't understand like the timeliness of this. I think it's just so odd that they're doing a Shia LaBeouf one shot. Like it'll be like a year, maybe a year and a half after that movie because it's coming out in July. I mean, I like the Buckingham he's going to just be drawing these and it keeps changing writers. Slott's doing the second one. Fraction did the first one. Fraction did a great job on the first one, actually, I thought. So I'm sure Slott will be fine. I'm sure Soul will be fine. But I feel like it's going to go. Fraction was going to be here. I predicted this. The Slott's going to be fine, and then this is going to be right here, and it's like great. And then how are you collecting them? Are we doing quarterly? Like, is there any sequel plans? I don't know if any of this is happening. I don't know if any of this is happening. So
are we getting no more Marvel movies until after Secret Wars?
I don't know what they're doing. Are they
All right.
shooting Secret Wars now? Are they like
They better
what's
be.
they're I don't know, dude. It's just I don't know. I'm happy our boy Buckingham's got a job. That's great. We talked about the cover of this week's G.I. Joe, which has a variant of the Jorge Corona variant, which is better than the A
Gorgeous.
cover. These were pretty good. I do think it's weird that they have this press release. Three websites covered this. This is the Energon covers. Three websites covered this. Every single website had all of these in a weird order. I put them in the right order. So there is how many covers? One, I think three covers together. Four covers. Four covers. Mass Transformers, GI Joe, and I think
Void Rivals.
Void Rivals. So, but I had to put them in order. They were all of them were out of order.
All right,
Um,
so Void Rivals.
yeah, so it'll be your Void Rivals.
Very cool.
This will be your Transformers, I guess. This will be your
G.I. Joe probably because Scott
GI
Hound.
Joe.
Oh, doesn't matter. It's all
Yeah,
mixed.
there's your
And
mask.
Mask.
Pretty cool. And
It
then
is cool.
also, I don't know if they put out a high res of this anywhere. I couldn't find one, and I'm just like, come on, guys, come on. Skybound, not as bad on press releases as Marvel, but not too much better. We already talked about this. I'm talking about this again because I can't believe this is. I can't believe how good these DC Finest book collections are becoming. Okay, like we typically bitch about collections, right? They don't have extras. They have stuff in there, but they don't list like the Transformers compendiums. They don't have like a lot of cover art credited, or they miss cover art, or they're I feel like they're in the wrong order a little bit, you know. So they're not so it's weird. Previously, this has always been in publication order. When they did the omnibuses that weren't omnibuses on the Baxterish paper years ago, which I have four of those, plus I have the big actual omnibus, which is in chronological. It's in publication order. This is not going to be in publication order. Near mint condition. This guy does a breakdown of it, so it literally goes in story order. So it goes New Gods, Forever People, Mr. Miracle, New Gods 2, Forever People 2. Superman's pal is later in the middle of it. And then they actually have, because they show up in Lois Lane and a couple times, and they show up in I think one or two other places here, and Superman, I think. Um, so this is just going to be just publication order. I think it's $40. It's 560 pages. I'm sorry, it's gonna be in story order. In story order. So I've never read it this way. Uh, I was toying with because they're on sale every once in a while with getting the absolutes. That way I can have the regular, I can have the Baxter, I can have the omnibuses, the four Baxter paper one. I can have the big omnibus. I can have the two absolutes, and then I'll have the DC finest. I'll have this the most, the most. But I will say that I was thinking about going back because I really enjoyed doing New Gods #1 panel for panel, where I took it from the black and white or the original print to black and white to Baxter to digital. So I had a four per panel. It was like, I think it was like 120 posts or something like that. I needed to do one of those again because I'm insane, insane person. So I do
We
love
are.
this idea. I think this is great. And this was kind of again the differences between the two reading orders. So great job, near mint condition. Great job. I think I know what this is. I Hayden Sherman stating he's doing a new #1. This was on his Instagram, this little thing. Um, the one rumor is that supposedly I heard unofficially from someone who kind of knows Hayden Sherman that that Dark Pattern's getting a sequel. So I would think that's what this is, but I feel like you know, I feel like this might be something for next level. Maybe they don't do that Batman series. I'm not sure. Remember, there is a hole in the Batman schedule, kind of, because Batman and Robin they let it go. They
Right.
canceled it when Philip Kennedy Johnson left, which is a bummer because I need to go back and read that. I like the newer artists they did later on it. I forget who started that book. Might have been Javi, was on it for a bit, but I really like Fico Ossio. I think he's probably going to push and be a Dan Moore in 2 years, 3 years. I think he's going to kind of push up into that echelon. So, so we'll see. But
But
there's rumors
so
that he's doing the question. Hayden Sherman's doing the question, which would
if he
be,
does do Dark Patterns too, he'll work his butt off to do all 12 issues of that.
yeah, yep.
Wonder Woman will have fill-ins, which is usually fine. They usually pick fine artists.
He has their B artist is great. I mean,
Yes.
the absolute B artists and C artists, like they have to be a little close to the A artist a bit. I'm trying to think who does the B on absolute one, Matteo Deleuze or something. I forget, something like that. Matthias Deleuze. Um, but the B artist absolute Superman is arguably better than the A artist, right?
Yeah, we kind of
Eric
like
Canetti
that.
is killing the last two issues. They're on par with Dragata. And I kind
Yes.
of feel that was because Canetti's kind of in like the YouTube sphere a little bit more because we're kind of like, what's he done in forever?
I know. It's
Got a
like
Ladytron last week. Ladytron, baby. Got a Ladytron.
Lady Tron. That's
Um,
awesome.
so
Lady Tron was in Wildcats for those who don't know. And Alan Moore's run. And he did those. He did. It's funny. He did two Youngblood covers. He did one, and then he had like, oh, this is. I guess he submitted two proposals.
mhm,
Life was like, can I have both? Like both of these look great. I don't want to turn one down,
right, right. Yeah,
and that's pretty awesome.
we'll take it. We'll
I'll take
take it.
it.
I need to go back and read. I didn't realize like when they were kind of saying like this guy's been around for like 10 years. Like here's his stuff. I have the few. I own that, and I also have. What did he do for Dynamite? He did John Carter. Did John Carter at the
Right.
end.
Right. Which
That
we
was
talked about.
more. Yeah, that was more of his Sean Gordon Murphy
Sean
style,
Murphy style. Right.
and then it pulled back from that. So, but I mean, listen, I hope Dan Waters could be if Dan Waters and him did the question. That's the rumor. Like that'd be pretty great.
Yeah.
Um, so Kristen Kruk, I never knew how to say her name. She's writing a horror comic from Titan. It looks kind of interesting. I know John Cusack has a book coming out too. See, it's funny, like we used to really hate when the writers of like famous people would write like comics, but that kind of shifted when Patton Oswalt writes good comics.
Well, I think it started with like Kevin Smith.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, he wasn't that good when he started. Like it was more of like he couldn't edit and no one would edit him down. And maybe they did edit him down and it was still fucking bad.
But I mean, I
Still
think the
too
biggest
many.
moment was My Chemical Romance guy.
Yeah, when
Gerard
Gerard
Way.
Way
When
went
Gerard
through,
Way
you're
came
just like,
in,
you fucking dick. Like we were all mad. Like I was like, you shouldn't be this good. Yeah, and again, I think he's made. I'm sure he makes more money on tour or whatever, but like,
Absolutely.
but they had, Umbrella Academy had successful seasons on Netflix, but this looks pretty good. Like the art on this looks good. Um, looks a little bit like Liber Mayo, and like it's an interesting painted style. So we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
there's always a
Good.
co-writer. There could
Good
be
for
someone
her.
who co-writes to do a structure. Um, are you going to do this, buddy? What are you doing here? What are you going to do? You know about this? I don't think you know this. So it's funny. Craig Andrews worked a bit for. So I wonder because there's rumors. I know from a little bit from my brother that the guy, the Craig Andrews, who I'm trying, who was the I don't remember. I don't remember the guy who he worked with, like his art guy, where he did exclusive covers, but he paired with my brother a few times and had some covers there together. Unknown Comics, Unknown. Yeah, there's rumor that Unknown
Yeah.
doesn't stop paying people. So now there's going to be a Kaare Andrews Kaare.art exclusive to his website for 1,000, 1,000 set of this. He was able to, I guess, like take that, take the Treasury logo. But yeah, so this is 1,000 copies available in set or individually. Retro Treasury logos. So $30 cardstock. Future is foil, $40, or you can get I think both for 60 or something like that. I think that was 60. What are you gonna do,
Foil.
bro?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What are you gonna do? I don't
Hey,
think you
what's
buy
left
it
about the
elsewhere.
go back for a second. I I wish the other cover was foil.
You like this?
Yeah, I like the tower in the background. Like the Treasury. I like the Treasury Edition look.
Hmm.
That's fine, but like the other one's better.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because there's I see. I see what you're
And
saying.
there's a sense of something, Spider. You can tell Spider-Man swinging up. Like there's the city, there's the tower. There, you know what I mean? That looks very
Hmm.
UPC logo, not Treasury Edition accurate, I don't think, but awesome. Actually, is it? Was there a UPC on the front cover?
No.
Okay. I do love that he does UPCs. Like he is such a 90s fan. Look at that Superman. That is the McFarlane cape from the pinup of the Superman special, and that is such a
It's more
McFarlane
restrained.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean it's more restrained. I think both of them are a little bit restrained. Go nuts. Go nuts. Go a little crazier. It's okay. It's fine.
It's okay. Foil
They're
cover, I
fine.
might. $40? Maybe. I wish it was like
You might as
actual
well buy the
treasury sized.
60. Yeah, but you might that's what I thought they were doing, and they're
That would
not.
have been awesome.
Yeah.
Can we start
That's
making exclusive treasury sized comics?
Did you buy the Superman Treasury?
Yeah.
Was
No.
that No, did you
No.
buy the one that was like the that
The Dan Jarvis one?
yeah,
No, I didn't. Was there a foil cover for that, I wonder? I'll have to go back
I
and
think
look.
so, but that
You
story
son of
was
a bitch.
just fine. And also I think when they did the Treasury, it they didn't change the it just
They didn't change the word balloons.
they didn't change the word balloons.
That's the problem.
You son of me batch. You son of me batch.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Not changing the word balloons is fine for the Treasury edition, but it's digitally where it suffers.
That's right. Yep. It was size. Okay,
Because
so let's try to
Kirkman,
explain this. Yeah,
because Kirkman, when he does Skinbreaker, he allows the word balloons to be the same size, whether it's the regular comic
as
or
a
the
regular
Treasury
comic.
size comic.
Mhm.
It's the same size because your eyes only they're perfect reading size, and in the Treasury edition, it leaves more room to show the art.
Right.
But like with DC, they only made a Treasury edition, so when you read it digitally, the word balloons were smaller because now you're just reading it regular sized. That was the
Right.
problem. Reading
Right.
it on paper, fine.
That's right. You guys are
Um,
jerks. Jerks.
Jerks. That's a nice cover.
Yeah, they're doing it's I didn't even they're doing a Shield thing. They're doing another revamp of Nick Fury Jr. where they should just kill that character and be like, all right, Samuel Jackson's no longer Nick Fury. We made a big mistake. Nick Fury's back. He's not
It
a
was
blind
always a big
watcher on the
mistake.
moon. It was always a big mistake. But again, because
If you wanted
again, there's
if
no
you wanted to
synergy.
have
No one's coming into the comic book stores and be like, wait a second, there's a white Nick Fury. Like no one, there's it's so you're creating this audience that's not there. I mean, there's still Marvel's still doing it. Marvel's still making what's the newest X-Men book? It's an all-girl book. Like is there any girls buying that? It's probably like a third of the print run of a regular X-Men or Uncanny. It's only going to last 10 issues probably. An
probably
X-Men book. Think about that. An X-Men ongoing is going to whatever. I
you know
don't even know what it's
you,
called. United, X-Men United.
The easier answer, if you wanted to have a Black Nick Fury, just bring over the Ultimate Universe. Like that dude's so
Yeah.
smart and so crafty. Like if you want to have two Nick Furies, have that. You don't need the son of them to look like that was so dumb.
So
You
dumb.
have one already. Just bring them
Yeah.
over. Just bring them over.
Yeah, the only thing that I will say, they won't collect it. If you see them in dollar bins, just get them. I think it was it Civil War Choosing Sides? It was like an anthology, and there's a three-part Declan Shalvey, Nick Fury Jr. and Black Widow like story that's so friggin' good. It's so good because it was kind of like Declan Shalvey like flexing, like, hey, maybe I can write, and it was so good. And Mystique technically was like a sequel, and I saw him when he was really busy in Baltimore. I want to talk to him about it. I'm like, man, I really wish they put out like a cool trade of that, and that would have been the it's like the prologue of that book. If you read the Mystique book was you can't sell a Nick Fury book, so you did a Mystique book miniseries, but it was kind of a Nick Fury Jr. book. It was kind of good. You know what I mean? Like so
Yeah.
I'm not really against it. If the story's good, just give it to me. That's fine. But it's just you keep trying this, and the concept I think is weak. I put up a Vecchio cover because I think this person's the best. I still can't believe that used to be. I thought that Stormbreakers was supposed to be like a class, you know? And I feel like it's the
Yeah,
same
like
seven people for the last 8 to 9 years. It's so weird. It's Alessandro Cupia. It's Luciano Vecchio. Like it's so weird. Yeah. So there's Neto Diaz. Okay, this is fine. Okay, Jeff Shaw. Jeff Shaw to me is not a new talent because Jeff Shaw drew stuff at Dark Horse with Donny Cates like 15, 20 years ago. Like 20 years ago. So he's
but
not new
they're breaking the storm now.
at all. This one's the closest to what you want in your Shield homage cover. The other ones aren't really close. That's not close. Just because you have a kind of a spiral, this is just a cover. This doesn't need to be a Shield cover. This is well, I
It's a
just
nice
kind of
cover.
like I just like Vecchio. And again, this is the last issue. So way to go. Right? Because they don't have enough juice. I can't believe it that they're not going to even do not even a one shot of
Yeah. Is
was it
there stuff
Imperial
done for
Guardians or what was
yeah,
it? Exiles?
for the
Exiles.
exiles? Yeah, you're not even
Not
gonna
even one, not one issue.
nothing's done. You don't just want to kind of
I don't
recoup a
know.
little money.
Don't
To
know.
me, I feel like don't put stuff in the Marvel vault.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that they kind of just got the call and be like, hey, it's done. Because I think when Stephanie Phillips or whoever broke the story on X or Twitter, whatever, it was,
Yeah.
hey, it's done. Sorry. Hope you guys liked it. We don't get 10 issues, Yeah, this is just fine, you know. That's the
Yeah.
worst one for, that's fine. This is coming out through Abrams, I want to say.
Yeah.
Um, First off, we love Victor Santos here. Polar, was that Until My Knuckles Bleed, which I thought was
Yeah.
great.
Really, really great.
Really, really good. Always good. Always good.
That's
Worked with
that
Frank
should be
Barbieri.
that should be collected in color
Yeah, I
until my
don't know what
knuckles
the
bleed.
decision was on that. I'm very confused because they did like a retro one shot of it and it was supposed to be all 90s ish. And it was, but it was black and white. It didn't make any sense. But it wasn't black and white like homaging. I mean, he has a bit of Eduardo Rizzo, Frank Miller-ish style, but
Hmm.
just great. Just a big workhorse. But what excited me about this, I think this book's only maybe $20. Look at the page. The page count's like 200. So the preview, they even
Ooh.
have the 134. 178. You know what I mean? And it's like, what did it say? Let me see. Hardcover, 192 pages, $25. Yes, please. That sounds great. I don't know if you saw this. Aaron Pierre is on the IMDb for Man It's Tomorrow, including Hawkgirl. So Nathan Fillion is not attached to that, and then Engineer is in this as well. So they're attached. Guy Gardner's not in it, which okay, I don't know. So
I don't know
so
either.
I don't know. I'm
But
not
Guy
sure.
Gardner's on the Lantern show at some point, isn't he?
Yeah, he's supposed to be on the Lantern show. I don't know. I don't know. I think your theory is right with maybe they're all the Lanterns. I just to have the Midwest and have the drab Midwest like True Detective, and you're gonna have like the girl boss sheriff. Like I just like, all right, I've seen these, got it, you know. So I'm just kind of over it. We talked about this a little before the show, but they passed on Max Landis' script, Paramount on the new G.I. Joe film, which would kind of leave me to believe that. Now you're not a horror fan, really, right? You didn't,
I, I am a horror fan. I just don't
you're
watch a
not.
lot because of time. It's the time thing.
Yeah. Did you watch all the Halloween movies um, that what's his name did? That like the revamp ones. Did you care
I,
about those? Halloween,
I
Halloween
did not see the
Kills.
no.
So
The
it's
last
okay.
one I
I
saw
mean,
were the
they're
two. No, I want to see them. The last two I saw were like the Rob Zombie movies, so I'm a little
right.
behind.
Right. I think the first one's pretty good. I think the third one's kind of great, but I they just make a weird decision. I feel like they lost it. There's something that happens in the third one. It's not really spoiling anything that you believe that his conscience is going to like move into another person, and then they chicken out, and then they just it's kill. It's called Halloween Kills. They kill. But again, spoilers, not spoilers of a movie that came out like 5 years
Right.
ago that they kill that. But they basically wanted the whole thing where listen, we have Jamie Lee Curtis, you got to have him kill Michael Myers. Okay, got it, and still have kind of an ambiguous ending that it could be open up again. So I don't know. So Danny McBride worked on those with his production company. For him to do GI Joe, I don't know. You just finished up Gemstones. I don't think he's going to do that humor in this. He did some humor in every one a little bit, but I don't know. I don't really want him involved either. I also don't want the Goldberg, Seth Rogen's either. So I feel like those are the main people that, because Preacher, I didn't care. They didn't do enough, like, either was too close. Preacher never worked for me from kind of day one. To me, that's not, hashtag not my tulip. Like, that's not tulip for me. So that
Right.
was kind of lost. I
As
thought,
great as that actress is,
yeah,
and she's
Cassidy was great.
phenomenal.
And I think that, what's his name? Dominic Cooper. I think he was great as Jesse, but
I like him a lot.
there was just, I wanted it to
That
be,
Tulip didn't really act like Tulip. That was
no.
the thing. It's not about miscasting her. It's about how she acted and who she was.
Yeah, to me, I didn't.
She's a little too crazy compared to what Tulip was in the comic.
Yeah, I don't think it
But
was
at
on
least,
purpose. Um, here's your toy roundup. We can mourn the loss potentially, or maybe somehow he'll kind of keep the license. And I mean, these are different toys than the Mattel toys that we see. All right, there's your Hawunchatush.
mhm.
Here's your
Batman 666.
Batman of Bethlehem. There's Smiley. This is basically Total Justice Batman, but they won't say it. It's Smiley Batman. It's Smiley. It's because like that's the Total Justice line, basically. So I just think it's funny. I think it looks a little too happy here. It looks odd. But again, great paint. This looks kind of cool and scary. These are the sculpted. All of these were kind of the cloth capes.
Right.
Is Hawanch in that? Let me see. So you have cloth, plastic. But I think this looks good. That looks great. I don't really
Looks
remember
neat.
that character. I mean, it was what it was in,
Mhm.
I'm sure it was in like the War
Brightest Day.
Lanterns or whatever. Yeah, Brightest Day, but I don't remember I don't remember that, but it looks pretty dope, you know. Here you go. There's your Howard Porter. That looks great. That looks great. That purple like
That
hits.
looks really cool.
That's really good looking. Um, the McFarlane toy recap. This was on a live stream. There's your Vigilante. Um,
Like,
this is. It says it's the Marshall Rodgers, but it looks so much like Jack Nicholson. I don't know what they're doing there. So
yeah,
that's all right. It's a great Lobo. I might buy this Lobo. This Lobo looks awesome. That looks really good.
pretty cool looking. Comes with the Space Dolphin.
Tim Drake. Yeah, Tim Drake Robin's a little too big here. He's never that big. But yeah, you're gonna do the OMAC robot. Like, come on, man. That's weird. That's good. That's what I'm saying. We're not gonna
That
get
is.
that. There we go.
Ah, there you go. Your
Look at
day's just
that,
been made.
dude. Yeah, that's cool. That's great. That probably the best sculpt, but in another way, it's not exactly what I want either. You know what I mean? Like it's never going to be, but it's the closest you can get. It's the closest you we're going to get. I like it.
If he didn't have the chest movability, I actually would prefer less movability, more like
Yeah.
I think it looks great. I think that the hair sculpt, the staff, the pants, the jacket, that all looks good. I
Yeah,
guess
the
where my
staff looks
problem is,
awesome. Yeah, the staff
it's
looks
awesome.
awesome.
It's awesome. It's cool.
It's a little too cartoony in the face, like it just looks a little too stylized, but again, that's very fun. Larfleeze, great. I don't know if we need yet another blobby. I feel like we have too many of these, and every one I think looks worse than the last one. Every time it comes out, it looks worse than the last one. The one that Mattel put out, I think it was Mattel, whoever had it before, there was like a DC Legends line, like a multiverse line before McFarlane had it. And that first one was like the best. That was the best Joker one.
You know what would be
And
cool if the surprise posability made the cover to Dark Knight Returns #2,
this looks
like
close.
that.
Yeah, this looks close so you could get maybe to it. So I don't know which Batman this is. Like I said, Dead Man Batman, but I don't know when that was. Not too sure. Bronze Tiger, but is this Bronze Tiger from like the TV show? It looks so movie slash TV. I don't know
Yeah,
because it didn't say. And then, but then here's a very, very
yeah,
comic
right.
book
Gangbuster.
gangbuster. So I love that. Here's your Walmart exclusives for 4th of July Centennial. I think we showed this guy before, the Star Eagle. They're doing like an artist line. So this is your Alfredo Alcala face, is what they're calling this, basically, which we've looked at a couple different times. That's very tempting. I like the packaging. I like the design of it. It feels very, if it's that, it feels it. That's it. You
Right.
know?
That's a revamp of that old image. And I
Yeah.
like the red dots in his eyes. It's like a Scooby-Doo opening or something.
It's very specific. We still don't really know how much is going to be how much Skeletor origin. We're not even sure if we're going to see Jared Leto in. I would imagine they're going to have like the origin of Skeletor in there. So here we go. This is what I was talking about. If I
That
want now,
there's your
this is
shiny.
$225. It's really fucking good looking. Like it is awesome. Silver Surfer as a character is one of my favorite characters ever. I'm actually kind of rebuilding my Run Limb Run right now. But if that the
Your
first 10 issues,
your run limb,
my Run Limb Run Limb Run,
your run
I
Mars, run limb.
have you read that Steve Englehart, like Marshall Rogers, like the first like 20 issues of that run
Yeah,
before Ron Lim took over? I think Ron Lim took over
30
around
30
like
years ago.
14. Dude, it's so good. It's crazy how good it is. It is. I do find it very strange that they don't have some type. Maybe it's a contract thing. Maybe Abrams can do the Fireside graphic novel. And I know it's not continuity. They did the Mobius, which is kind of like epic, and that's not continuity either. But they've reprinted that a couple times and big hardcover. Like, just get that Jack Kirby one out again. I have a couple copies of it. I have a limited copy. I have what's the guy's name that died that was in the Great Cross Gen? What's that guy's name?
Alessi,
Alessi.
Mark Alessi.
I have Mark Alessi's copy through because he has a stamp on one of my reprints of Silver Surfer, the one that Comicraft did the cover, did like the design
Yeah.
of it was a little
You'll
too over
start.
designed.
You want to go get a mark stamp so you can start marking up your comics.
Gonna mark it up.
You know what
Gonna
you
mark
do?
it
Get
up.
one of those stamps that like press your initials into the book.
Brand it.
You ever see that? Brand it.
Brand it. Yeah, this just looks awesome. Like look at God. Surfboard magnetically attachable to Silver Surfer's feet,
That's
specifically
awesome.
applied electroplated finish. Like it just looks awesome.
Magnets, bitch.
We did it again. Is this a new Dan Mora World's Finest cover, or what is this gonna
Yeah,
be?
it is. It's cool because it's just like Dan Moore does all the work. Like he just went, took all these old Superman covers and redrew them with Superboy Prime, and they're awesome. Like there's that little bit of flavor on the Jim Lee Superman. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
this is a
Yeah,
lot of
there's
work.
the
This is unnecessary.
well,
But
I
he still
mean,
did.
I wonder what there was a rumor for a while that he was going to be doing a weekly book. I don't know if I wonder if they were going to try and do like Action Comics Weekly again or something like that.
I don't know, man. That's a lot.
I don't know. But they pulled him back. They didn't like him going to Skybound.
No.
There was a lot of fracas because of that. A lot of fracas. A lot of
Well,
fracas. So Was this all on his X or what were these on? This is
Yeah, those I found on X. Correct.
okay. So this is what Liefeld's X for what number is this going to be? Or is that going to be 100?
This is 100. Yeah, I
Okay.
like this. This is for 100. He's like, all right, we need a special anchor for this cover. Actually, McFarlane goes, hey, I really want to do an homage cover. Which Live was like, okay, well, this is what we're most famous for. This is their most famous cover together. They
Mm.
did like what, 3 or 4 covers together, but this is the most famous. So it's cool to see. I think you pointed out before how much he changed his shaft. Like if you go back to Liefeld's pencils, there's the Liefeld eyes. He always does little smaller, darker eyes, and McFarlane really opened them up.
Mm. Um, Let me see. I don't like that shaft change. I don't like
It's a
shaft.
little goofy,
Yep.
like with the eyebrows going. I don't like eyebrows over top of your mask.
Yep.
We're not Eugene Levy over here. My eyebrows aren't gonna look like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's more of like it's weird. That's almost like an anime influence, but everyone, I mean, these are going to look the same because they're not inanimate objects to a point, but he's a rock face
He's a rock face. He's a mask
and a
face.
mask. Rock face, mask face. Yeah, it's like worse in the coloring too. Like it makes Shaft look really goofy there. Eeks.
Different
There's your
colors.
black
They're
coloring.
flats. Those are flats.
Yeah. Who did that one? I can't see. Anderson.
I think so.
So it says at the bottom. Anderson.
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 Cooper.
But there it is,
Anderson.
looking like the original color. That matches the colors closer to. You mean 87?
He should make two different kinds. He should make one that's weirdly orange,
Yes.
right? And a
Hmm.
red, you know? And then, see, that's more of the modern coloring, and I don't like that as much. I like that more.
Yeah,
Tough
that's
one.
fun.
Tough one.
My own preference, I would have liked to have seen them jam on a new cover rather than an homage cover. But whatever. Hey, you got McFarlane off his ass to do something. This is McFarlane's year for getting off his ass. The Battle Beast cover, the Marvel Team Up Invincible Spider-Man cover,
Right.
inking a Youngblood cover, and doing all those sketch covers for King Spawn 50 and Gunslinger Spawn 50. I
Yeah.
guess Scorch 50.
Scorchy,
Maybe
scorch.
maybe he's finally warming up to give us that Spider-Man Spawn crossover.
Never happening. Not happening.
Closer than ever.
Let's see. Where were we last week? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, McDonald's.
Yes.
There? We're here?
I think we March 7th, so yeah, probably. Yeah, we didn't talk. Yeah, it's a good cover. It's actually a really good cover. Inked by Shelby Robertson. I think we did mention that because Shelby Robertson inked it.
Yeah, they need to figure out how they're gonna get them back out in the world if he's gonna do
This
some
is a
type of
guy named
major
Brian
cover.
Level. He does Marvel stuff,
Hmm.
but like I mistakenly took it for Lionel Francis Yu for a second. Not so much that the style looked like Lionel, but the signature does.
That signature looks a lot like Will Francis. Yeah, you're correct. Brian Level.
But I did put this on my Blue Sky, and Brian Level's on Blue Sky. He's like, yeah, thank you for posting it. Cool. He goes, it was a fun cover to work on.
I feel like he did he do a book
He
where
leveled up.
yeah, there's a couple books I think he did over the last few years. Did he have an ape book? There was a bunch of like smart apes or something like that. I feel like that might have been
I don't
something
know.
that he did. Youngblood 4.
Young Blue 4.
I'll take it. So that's the main cover. What's this?
It's a John Hickman cover.
Ah, of course it is. Is that really a John Ekman cover?
Yes, it really is.
Wow.
Yeah, weird, right?
Um,
That
I think it's an homage to his own cover, right? It's an homage to like Nightly News or whatever, like whatever is his design thing, you know. I still find it very strange that he's like the Marvel architect, but he doesn't write any Marvel books, and he's I feel bad for him because I feel like this Imperial stuff is not his decision. He set up the best it could be, but where the print runs are right now, and even if the story concepts are pretty good, there's just not enough sales for that to have an initiative like that.
Marvel needs to ultimatize their universe without rebooting it or making them ultimates.
Hmm.
They really need to take their line down to like 20 books and then slowly grow up again. But they
Mm,
need good creators. Like what Marvel needs to do to fix themselves, they won't do. They'll find something else.
I really don't know. It's like ever it just there's just the law of diminishing returns. We'll see how things go with the Armageddon stuff. I'm not sure.
Getting out of here. I like
Armageddon
this.
it.
These are some of the villains from the Youngblood series. Pretty good. Jim Toe's artwork is just so smooth.
Yeah, he seems to just be a little bit more alive here. It's funny to see this is older work. You would figure this is from 17. This is 9 years ago. And the work he did last year on X-Force, we were like, oh, this is good. But I feel like this stuff seems to be, you know, pretty good, a little bit more dynamic. So I've never seen this before.
Yep. Liefeld did a variant for every issue. That is not mine. I just a picture I found online because I know you like to see the logos on your comics.
I need my logo. That's correct. Yeah, see, I just think no matter
It's
what,
dynamic, dude. It's so
yeah,
dynamic.
yeah, well, that's good. But see how much better that is with the logo down there? Come on, man. That's awesome.
That's why it's good to have both options.
Yeah. Where you get you're not getting virgin covers, you're just finding the art, right? Because they didn't have virgin covers back then.
The all the Virgin. This is how they look in the digital trade. I have
Oh,
the
I see.
digital trade.
I gotcha.
Yes.
I gotcha. Who colored that? I can't tell.
I can't tell that either.
I like the dots in the back. I love it. Swimming in raw sewage. And I love it. Now there's your Walking Dead homage after
Yep.
Tony Moore. Pretty good. Ooh, look at that logo. That's
That's
hot.
a good logo.
That's hot. That is the hotness right there. I'm good with that. Good with that.
Also, I had the for that one there was the black and white, the line art variant for that. But this is
Uh,
cool. This is the trade cover.
hmm. Yeah, I like that. I like that butt. Trying to be Nightwing?
All right.
Give me that butt. Oh,
President
shit it
Diehard.
is.
Did you know that? Diehard was president.
No. Chad Bowers. Hmm.
Chad Bowers. He was a pretty good writer. He's like disappeared. This is today's. You can tell when Liefeld reposts my stuff because it gets like almost 1,100 views. Where if I post it, it gets like 200.
Right. We'll take it. Take it. And then you got your Supreme. I had no new posts because I'm lame. I'm just busy working like crazy.
Lame.
Look at those
Keep
boobies.
going back, Mark. Keep going back.
We can't get through these.
I did something funny here.
Uh-oh.
Go up to the one above it. These are terrible, but I did this for a reason. This is the last page. Did we show this page last week? We didn't talk about this.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So anyway, the last page of last issue, issue one, Glory shows up. It's like, hey, look, everyone's Glory, you know? And of course, it's like you've been ragging on this stuff for just like horrible 90s, just stick proportions. So I went and click on the image to the right. I was like, see, Mark, they are realistic proportions. This is what they look like in real life, and it's scary monsters. Scary, horrible monsters.
Is this what? This is ChatGPT or whatever, Grok or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, it's just me trying to be like, I'm like, make them
Yikes.
look real, and it's like, ugh.
So
Like
funny. Can you imagine? Like they're like alive and you're like walking up to them, you're like, oh my God, they're like 8 feet tall. Look at those feet.
it would look uncanny valley like
Yeah,
just a
that's
level of creepiness or like you know it looked like Mars Attacks where they're like in the girl suit.
yeah.
This guy likes my stuff. He's a pretty good he's a good cartoonist. He actually said he's inspired by my X page.
I think
That's just like
Pearson.
second. Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
read.
We don't really let's go through
I can't
it.
go through 'em. I
It's
can't go
Terry
through 'em.
Moore. Just I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's not Terry Moore is so good at writing comics.
We'll come back to it when it's Fragaboom time.
Boom
Fragaboom.
boom boom fragga booka boom boom. Look at that pretentious nerd.
Yeah, man. Look at that fucking guy.
There you go. That's only like 30 years old, this picture, probably.
That's good. That's good shit.
That's good Wilson.
That is a good Wilson too. Let me see here.
You know what this is, right? This is when
What?
we try to do our own comic, our Legends anthology series.
Look at Brian in the back. Jedi
Brian,
George.
Jedi George, J. Ryle.
Yeah.
Look at that. So Mark's head is in the background there. You can see him in between
Creeps.
Manga Larry and Ron Hoffman
Mega
and
Man
Devil Chris
Larry, I
Wilson.
forgot.
Manga Man Larry. Chris Wilson looks like the devil, like he's ready to sell your soul for a guitar.
Who's the guy up there? Who's that guy? I don't know if I know that
Who?
guy. Who's that guy?
Who is that guy? That's what I wanted to know if you knew who he was. Now the guy in the baseball cap, he was like he had this horrible Crow ripoff. Remember, he was like,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
guys, he turns to us, he's like, and then it rains blood, and we're just like, and like
He's blood,
we've seen,
bud.
yeah. And my daughters are like, because look how dark I am. I got my hat on backwards. I got a little bit of hair coming out through the backwards baseball cap.
How
So
handsome you
funny,
are.
dude. I was a
Right?
handsome dude, man, even with a mustache.
Yep.
But the
Got
other
all the
picture,
ladies.
the top picture, you're a little more front and center here.
Yeah, that's a little more.
Look at
Look how
that.
skinny.
I know.
So
Hey,
we don't
use
know who this
use.
fucking guy is. We don't know who this guy is. Jedi
I don't know.
George.
I don't know. We don't know those. I don't know the guy in the hat to the right either.
Yeah.
The crow guy or that guy. Who is that guy?
I don't
You were
know.
going to do a book with him because you knew a printer. You like, oh, I know a printer, and we're going to print up through the sky. And we all started working on this anthology book, and it got nowhere.
That's right. You know, it's
But that
funny.
is a
I'm
cool
just
Ian
it's
Churchill poster. Do you have that Ian Churchill poster?
no. That's what I mean. Is like looking at this stuff and just trying to go through and trying to remember how like everything was stocked too. That's the more interesting thing. You got your Angela poster here. You got a Scarlet Spider hanging there. You got a Kingdom Come poster. You can kind of make out some of the stuff, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
You know, pretty. They have your card binders up there, your card supplies there. Yeah, I really wish there's a Stray Bullets poster there, Signal to Noise. Let me see what else here is my saying. This was all like Vertigo, Understanding Comics, Sailor Bad Rat, Madman down there, I
Small.
think.
Hey, you got a small killing up there.
That's right. Yep.
Big book of hoaxes. I love those big books.
Oscar Zarate. You can find the big books you can find them pretty cheap around. I recollected I have maybe four or five of them,
Yeah.
but they're all kind of great. I still have my big book of conspiracy signed by Doug Munch. Doug Munch. So got
So
I think there's pictures of that signing. I think Brian's got pictures of that signing. Yeah, we got to get this.
I got some. I got some Jim Ballant pictures and Catwoman pictures and stuff.
Yeah, that's dope. Dope. Dope, dope,
Maybe,
dope.
maybe we'll share them in future shows if we can get them in your email.
Look at this motherfucker. Look at this motherfucker. Look at these magic cards. Like these magic cards, like right now, if we had any of these, they would
Yeah.
be like if any packs of these, they would be like $200 a pack or some shit. Like it would be
Are you
so
serious?
crazy. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Any of these. That's what's nuts. Like there's overpower. Like I mean it's crazy like how some of that stuff just holds. Still, I wish I had that Knighted poster. That was like a promo poster. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a bummer that like there's just not like a chronology. Like I would love it if maybe if something in the future could be like, okay, you can go into your brain and just like access a walkthrough. You know what I mean? Like that like if I could extract like a
No, if you
prototypical Legends walkthrough. You know what I mean? Like that would be crazy. That's what I would want. If there was any type of VR or something like that, if somehow they're able to like mine my brain and be like, here you go. Here's 1997 Legends. Look at that fucking shirt. That's the Starman. I still have that pin. I still have it. Big A John Walker made that. I don't think we can say that anymore. I don't think we're
I don't
supposed to
think
say
we
it
can
anymore.
call him that.
I still call him that. That's fine.
Yeah, you
But
shouldn't be calling people big.
that's right. That's correct. So but yeah, it's funny to you can kind of see there's a Superman up there.
Hmm?
What's
Boba
Superman
Fett,
say?
where?
You know what I saw the other day on Instagram on
What?
like Daily Superman? I had this when I was a kid. There was a Superman brush. and it was just like Superman like this, like standing, and then on the back it was like a brush. He brushed his hair, and I was like, oh fuck, I had that. I would do, you know what I mean? I probably could look it up now. It's probably so expensive, you know.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. I got a Superman plate from childhood that I just kept. I just a little plastic Superman. It's like from 1966, so it was old by the time I got it,
Right,
and
right, right.
I ate off it all the time. It was like my favorite plate. I wish it was in better condition.
Yeah, that's funny. Man, oh man, look at that. Look at that fucking guy. How cool is that?
Look at
A
that, a clean shaven face, or could you cannot grow facial hair yet? I don't know.
bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Bit of both. I was also really fucking handsome. You know what I mean? Like, look at that fucking guy.
I know, dude. We were like models.
Yeah.
Look at those eyes. Look
We
at the
were
piercing
like
blue eyes.
models. Got skinny Ron. Ron was always the one. Ron had hair. He was so
Full head of hair
skinny.
on Ron. I had a full head of hair. You know, we like Jay Ryle.
Yep. Brian is
Brian
a
is very
man
manly.
here. You know, he's a
He's man.
man, baby. He's a
Yeah,
man.
that guy with the glasses, man. Is he even a good artist? Like, I don't really. Is his from a distance? It looks fine. I can't tell
From a
what's going on.
distance, it looks like
Like,
Wolverine. It's like a
it's like
Wolverine hand because it looks like he
really,
has like three. It looks
or
like
is it
he has
like,
like three things like
or is it
that
like
Wolverine's
Bedrock
claws can come out.
in a Santa hat? You know, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, pretty bad. It's
And then
funny
it
we have none of that.
and then it rains blood.
I don't even know what I fucking drew. I don't even remember.
Um, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I actually had Manga Larry's Elf artwork. Did I give it to you? I'm always
Uh,
trying to get rid of stuff. I don't even know what you're holding. What are you holding, Mark? What was your comic idea?
I don't remember at all. I don't have any recollection of it.
I remember Jay Ryle and Ian were going to do Crash and Burn together, which is like just a bad teenagers.
Mm.
And then Ian was going to do Baron, which was this awesome looking, big Hellboy looking dude. I actually had that
What was
artwork.
one that we had where he was supposed to do like Honest Osiris or something like that?
That
Wasn't
was
that the
that
next
was a
one?
Legends contest where we were like, all right, everyone, let's create our own archetype character, and we picked characters out of a hat. And
Mm.
Ian got Silver Surfer, and he had to create a Silver Surfer archetype, and he created Honest Abe Osiris. Milligan and I got Doctor Strange, and we created a sorceress from like medieval times called Mystic, which
Mm.
of course, got used later by someone else. But we still have that character. It's just different now.
That's right. All right,
It rained
everyone.
blood, Mark.
It's gonna rain blood. Will everyone have the best time ever? I have to see if I can figure out how to turn this off. You know? See everyone real soon. We'll be talking about the uh, what do you call it? We'll be talking
This
about the Spider-Man
the
trailers.
Spider-Man trailer. Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Neil Spider-Man.
See if I get mad about it. I probably will. Fanboy rage.
That's right. Go get your comics on, people.